All right, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about our brand new Smart Money Concepts or ICT indicator, Market Mind. Now, this is an absolutely free indicator that you can get inside of the Discord. So all you have to do is click the first link in the description below. It's going to take you to our Discord. From there, you're going to go to the Market Mind channel, go to our website, enter your email, and from that point on, we're going to send you the source code for this indicator, so it's going to be yours forever. Now, this is pretty much a premium indicator that we've made entirely free for the community. And I did a walkthrough in one of my last videos on the Market Mind indicator. But in this video, I'm going to go through how I actually use this to make better trading decisions and find setups. Maybe you're new to trading. I recommend watching this all the way through. There's a ton of videos out there on YouTube. Most of these guys are not educated when it comes to trading. Most of them don't actually post their trades in advance. A lot of these guys are just LARPing, let's say, for views or whatever it may be. So I definitely recommend, if you're new, watch this all the way through. All right, so in the settings here, you see we have the multi-time frame order blocks. We have the lines, right? These white lines here. Or you can use the order blocks as zones, right? If we change it to zones, makes it a little bit easier to visualize. I don't like the zones because it takes up too much clutter on my chart. But if you wanted the volume there, the internal bull bear, you can do that. In this video, we're not going to be covering the order blocks. So I'm going to actually turn these off because order blocks aren't really something that I particularly use aside from just more Confluence. So we're going to turn that off. Market structure, we're going to turn off as well. Because really you want to get to a point where you don't need an indicator to tell you that market structure is breaking. You eventually want to be able to spot it yourself with your own eyes. So we're going to turn that off. Keep scrolling down. Displacement candles, we're going to actually keep on, and we're also going to turn off the structure filter. We want to see all the displacement candles that this indicator has to offer. As you can see, it has these blue and red candles. That's perfect. Fair value gaps, we're going to keep toggled on as well. Just the default settings. Liquidity levels, we don't really need. We're going to turn those off. The dealing range, not necessary as well. POC, we can actually keep on. The point of control, I like having that on. And then trend lines, I like having on as well. Just personally something that I use. So, here is what your chart's going to look like, right? And you'll notice there's not that much on your chart. There's not a whole lot of, things in your face, a whole lot of indicators on your chart, making it hard to see what's going on. And this is kind of the whole point of Market Mind, right? We want to allow you to customize the indicator to your liking, to your strategy. You don't want your chart super cluttered with a bunch of text and a bunch of lines. You might think that will help you, but in reality, it's just going to make it more difficult to find those winning setups. So this is a beautiful layout here. And also, I do have my easy oscillator on the bottom screen as well, which is part of our easy algo indicator bundle, which is our paid bundle. But I find that the oscillator is so useful. And I've made so many videos on the oscillator already, but literally, just these buy and sell dots on their own are great areas to look for potential reversals, and it rarely misses, right? And this is also, of course, a non-repaint oscillator. So I do have that up on my screen here. That is not part of the Market Mind free indicator. So let's go into how I use this, right? So you can see we have these displacement candles, these large fair value gaps. We have that point of control. And then we have this trend line here to show you when trend has shifted, right? And for market structure, guys, I kind of spot this by myself, right? So is the market making higher highs and higher lows? If we're looking at this on like a 8 to 12 hour time frame, you can clearly see that the market is still in an uptrend, right? We're still seeing higher highs and higher lows. This is kind of like an area of consolidation here, so I wouldn't even consider this a lower low yet. This is really just looks like consolidation. Really, this is the main low that we want to look at, right? At around 60K. If we get a daily or weekly close below this low, then that would confirm to me market structure is shifting, and we can see a potential downside on a higher time frame. But if we look here, right, let's go on an 8-hour time frame. This is the 1-2 setup, and this is the level I'm looking to take a long position with the Market Mind indicator. And I made this in one of my last videos as well, one of my market analysis videos. This is the main spot that I'm looking to take along here on Bitcoin. The first thing I'll look for is a bias flip, right? A bias flip. So a bias flip is when market structure breaks to the upside. I need to see a bias flip to the upside or to the downside, so I have a bias, right? Am I looking for a long or a short? So in this case, I'm only looking for long positions, guys, all right? Even though we saw this consolidation phase, someone could say maybe we're losing these lows right now. Shouldn't we look for a short position? To me, if we're on an 8-hour time frame, no, I'm only looking for long positions here because, the higher time frame structure is going to be bullish, right? You can clearly see we had swept these lows, right? Sweep, displacement above, and then breaking structure to the upside, right? So sweep, right? Sweep of these lows right here. Right, sweep, deviate below, break above with displacement. You can clearly see with the displacement candle, and then breaking structure to the upside. So let's mark this out actually step by step, what we're looking for here. So we want to see a sweep, right? Sweep of lows, just any lows in particular is fine. You could also use time-based sweeps. So, a sweep of a London session low, if you're trading on a lower time frame. But in this case, we just have a sweep of these lows here into our higher time frame point of interest, right? So sweep of lows, and then we want to see reclaim, right? Sweep, so sweep and reclaim with displacement, and then we want to see a bias flip, right? A bias flip, again, is just a market structure shift to the upside, which we see right here. At this point, longs are valid, right? And we also have a bias flip with displacement once again. So there's no guessing involved, right? And that's the importance of the market mind indicator and why this is so great. There's no guessing. You don't have to guess, is there a displacement involved in this structure break? Guys, I don't have to guess. I can clearly see, yes, there is, because the market mind indicator, is showing us that there is a huge bullish displacement candle here, right? You can clearly see that. So there's no guessing on whether there's displacement or not. So there we go, right? We saw sweep of lows, reclaim with displacement into a bias flip or market structure shift. I call it a bias flip. Makes a little bit more sense in my head. All right, number 4, we want to see a retrace, right? Retrace into that fair value gap, right? When you see displacement, you will see a fair value gap as well. And as you can see, this is the main fair value gap that hasn't been filled yet, right? So when is a fair value gap filled? To me, it's at the 50% level. So after price tags the 50% level, so right around here, again, you can go into the market mind indicator and actually turn on the 50% level in fair value gaps, right? The middle line. So we're going to turn that on. Okay, so there we go. Boom. That is the midline of the fair value gap, right? The 50% level. So that is kind of our level that we're looking at here. So we're looking for a retrace into the fair value gap. And number 5, if we have any key fib confluence, that helps. All right, so this is not a must, but if you have a key fib level, such as a golden pocket, potentially the 0.5 fib level of a range, so any sort of key fib level in confluence with that fair value gap, that is great as well. So if we draw our fib, you can see here actually perfectly, I have my range fib. So the range is the 0, the 0.5, and the 1. I can see that the 0.5 fib is overlapping this fair value gap. And then if we turn on the golden pocket as well, right, the golden pocket as well, from this swing low, right, from this swing low, we also see that the golden pocket overlaps this liquidity level here, as well as a 0.5 fib from the entire range. So, as price is approaching this level in real time, I notice that this is a level of importance. So again, right, we have our key level right here in real time. This is where I want to be looking to take a long position. We also have that 3 drive there, right? 3 drive, so 3 lows, right? Which is an ICT pattern, right? Liquidity grab. So 3 drive liquidity grab right into our level. So this is going to be, your long position, right? Somewhere around here, right? And your stop loss is going to be probably below this fair value gap, right? And you'll be targeting the buy side liquidity up here at the highs, right? For your first TP. Right, and probably second TP up here. Now, ideally, you want to use a 1-2 strategy when price is at a very discounted zone. This is the mid-level of the entire range here that we formed. So ideally, the 1-2 setup that I like to take would be something like this, right? This would be your ideal 1-2 setup, where you have a sweep of lows at a very discounted price, right? You're at a very discounted price. You see, we reclaim that level with displacement. Right, comes right into that fair value gap, right into that fair value gap. And as you can see, it almost tags our golden pocket, but it tags the 50% mark of the fair value gap. So you'd probably enter, somewhere around here, stop loss below, and you'd be targeting, buy side liquidity for your first TP. So this to me would be a better trade than the one I just showed you guys. Just because this is more of an impulse move up. We don't have a whole lot of consolidation. It's just an impulse move up, sweep of lows, impulse move up. You can call this, a break of structure here, a bias flip to the upside, and then comes down, you fill that fair value gap. This is also right at our 0.5 fib as well, right? So again, we want to make sure it's below the 0.5 fib, which it is. That's when you enter, and then boom, price goes up. Now, obviously, this works for short positions as well. So this is an example of a short position on Solana that I was looking at. I did not get filled on this, but it follows our rules, right? So we have that sweep of the high, right? Sweep of the high, displacement down, right? Displacement down with a bias flip here as we lose these lows. So at this point, you'd be looking for a retest into that fair value gap, right? Somewhere around here. We did not get that retest, but that is another example of a short position that I would take with the market line indicator, right? You can clearly see it gives you that fair value gap with that bearish displacement candle, breaking structure down, creating a bearish bias flip. So if price would have retested this level, that would have been a good short. We also had that trend line Confluence as well. So sometimes you're not going to get that perfect retest. That doesn't mean you should FOMO in as soon as there's a displacement candle. You want to wait for that retest. It won't always happen, but that obviously provides for the best and most probable entry. All right, for even more Confluence, my favorite Confluence to use is key support or resistance levels using the Easy Algo trading indicator. So if we come up here to indicators, here you'll see Algo V13. All right, this is the Easy Algo trading indicator with the multi-time frame support and resistance zones. So I love to use the support and resistance zones here on the Easy Algo trading indicator. We also have the auto golden pocket, trend cloud, reversal bands, trend dashboard, a whole lot of inputs that make it super, super easy to identify potential trade setups. So I love using this indicator in Confluence. Be sure to click the second link in the description below. Along with the Pro Indicator bundle, we're also going to give you access to our Pro group where you can follow our setups each and every day. You get daily setups, analysis, pro signals, and more. So if you're a struggling trader, it's very important that you join a community of like-minded individuals who can actually help you step by step to become a profitable trader. So again, this is just a little bit of a bonus. Of course, I like to use the oscillator as well. All right, but that is it for the 1-2 strategy. Now it does get a little bit more in depth at certain times. It won't be that simple to just find a sweep, displacement, and retest, right? And it won't happen all the time, but when it does, that is a strategy I like to use with the market mind indicator. Of course, there are so many strategies to use. You can use order blocks, you can use liquidity levels, right? There's so many different inputs we have to help you. But personally, that's how I use a market mind indicator in Confluence with my Easy Algo indicators to find some great trade setups. So again, if you want access, it's 100% free. Click the first link in the description below. It's going to take you to our free Discord. From there, you're going to go to the Market Mind channel. And from there, you're going to go to our website, enter your email, and we're going to send you the source code as well as an installation guide and a full beginner guide where we break down literally all of the inputs that I mentioned with you guys today. Leave a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.